Wait, what the fuck happened? All right, now we should be live on YouTube. Let's wait. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. Okay, yep, we just went live on YouTube. Okay.
We're live right now?
Yeah, we're live on YouTube now.
Sorry, guys. Welcome, the YouTube folks, to the Daily High with your host, Matt McGregor and Tone Vase. We've been live for 3 minutes here just on X alone. So there's a bit of exclusive. We just told you where the bottom was going to come in. Unfortunately, you guys on YouTube didn't get to see it, but we're back now. We're all good. Tone is going to take us through the charts. I'm got some interesting things to say, so hang out for that. Audio is good. Let's rock and roll, Tone. I'm glad I caught that.
Now, yeah, good catch on the fact that we had no viewers. Wow, now we got a bunch of viewers. Yeah, people quickly. Wow, that's awesome, actually.
Yeah, back to normal.
Okay, so the monthly candle looks very, very ugly. Now, the only good news I have is that when we get these massive, ugly candles, they usually don't have a lot of follow through. Like a massive candle like this tends to kind of mark the bottom. We had a little bit of an exception back here, back in June of 2022, where we continued to go down for a few more months, and it finished with the FTX crash. It should have finished, before that, but the FTX crash just took it one more level down. I just don't see us going below this ultimate support of 60,000, the 63,000. I still think we're in the bull market. I just think this is temporary. Hopefully it's temporary in terms of time. And we do mark the bottom this month or early next month. And then we start to go back up. As of right now, the monthly chart is just giving us a bad candle. And that's all we could analyze at the moment. The weekly chart, this is where things start to get ugly because the weekly chart, as I've always been saying, well, we have an MRI buy coming, but it's 5 weeks away. But considering how fast we're dropping, Bitcoin could be in the negative zone by the time we get to 5 weeks away at this rate, right? If we continue to drop $10,000 a week, then we don't have a lot of weeks until we get to back to 15,000. So will the weekly chart ever make it to a weekly MRI buy? Well, if it does, it's going to be a pretty severely low price. What I hate the most about the weekly chart is that we are now dangerously close to a double bottom. And if anyone's been watching me for even a year, let alone 10 years, you know how much I hate double bottoms. This is a double bottom is my least favorite area to buy the dip. So of all the possible dips that I would be buying, Matt, you still with me? Sorry.
Yeah, I'm right here, man. Right here.
Of all the possible dips I could be buying, 77 and 78,000 is my least favorite buy the dip. Like I would rather buy the dip at any other price than this 77, 78,000 range. I would buy it right now. I would have bought it a day ago at 89, which was a buy zone for me. I didn't do it because I was still short silver. I actually need to check silver. I was out all day yesterday. I don't even know where the hell silver price is. But I'm just confident that silver is going to be going down. And so I don't even have a stop loss in place. I'm just that confident. I could be wrong, but I'm that confident that silver going down. So my least favorite place to buy Bitcoin would be at 77, 78,000. My more favorite place to buy Bitcoin would be right at 70,000. This 69 to 71,000 zone would be a way more favorable place for me to buy Bitcoin. But I really wanted us to get there a little bit later where the 200-week moving average would be able to meet it. But considering how fast we're going, the 200 moving average is down at 56. And 56 creates another problem because even though we have the MRI support line, and the 200-week moving average right there at 60,000. Now we're going to be dealing with another double bottom that is sitting at 55,000. So 55,000 becomes my second least favorite place to try to buy the ultimate dip. So what I need is, I personally need Bitcoin to reverse today, which is possible, or in a week from now, but avoiding that $77,000 range, or at the end of the year down in the 70 zone. Other than that, I would be okay with very low 60s, because that would clearly avoid the double bottom scenario, and maybe it would get us into the 200-week moving average if we start falling slower, and the low 60s would be a nice buying opportunity. I am busy this week, so I can't get back to doing content on Knots versus Core. I think the Knots versus Core, debate, argument, fork talk, I think it's contributing to the downside. Everyone is upset when I say this. I really don't give a fuck what your opinion on the matter is. I care about what my opinion on the matter is. And my opinion on the matter that this conflict over the fork is helping to drive the price lower. We can debate which side is responsible for this. A lot of people love posting the charts that when Core 30 was released, it was right there at the top of the price zone at 120 plus thousand. But at the same time, all the crazies on the not side, and yes, I do call you crazies on the not side, that are screaming over child porn are, in my view, more responsible for the divide between the core and the knots. Now, the knot side has lots of good points. I agree with lots of your good points. The one that I think was an evil soapbox you stood on was the CSAM shit. And in future videos, I will be more clear on that opinion. I know lots of people watch this channel and that channel, and a lot of our viewers are pro-knots. Again, I will be very specific as to why that area of debate is basically evil, kind of like the government is evil at times, and that's their evil. And I will explain that in more detail. And I think that has a lot to do with this price action, with extra selling because people are scared. And so that's kind of my view on it. And from the daily chart, this looks very bad. Ironically, for some miracle, we still have, well, maybe we don't have it anymore, actually. We don't have divergence anymore, so that's gone. The daily chart has a little divergence on the, here on the CMF, but it's not something I would assume is going to rebound the price. Unfortunately, because of the red star candle on the daily, I am no longer bullish daily chart on Bitcoin. I am not trying to time this dip right now. My timing of the dip would have been off of this reversal candle, and yesterday's price action would have negated that. Now we're on a red star candle, and the daily chart does look like it doesn't have an end in sight. I have absolutely no how do I phrase this? I have no intuition or no technical analysis metric whatsoever to identify a low right now.
I do. I do. I'll give you that.
Okay, cool. We have a bearish daily MRI. We have a bearish weekly MRI, and the monthly is neutral. I have no TA support here whatsoever on any of these time frames. So that's bad news for everyone. On the short-term chart on the 1 hour, I also have nothing. We have a green star candle that's about to be negated. And on a 4-hour chart, I have a Darth Maul candle here, which is kind of useless for identifying potential bottoms. So I got nothing for you guys.
I'm so excited. I'm
all right.
so.
So why don't you go next, Matt, on Bitcoin, and then I look at other markets.
Yeah,
I want to comment. I want to comment on one comment. I want to do one comment. I mean, I think I'm being so like aggressive towards Knots people. They're gonna stop like watching us, so I do have to be careful.
Yeah, let's not divide anymore.
I do have to be careful a little bit. I do want to show one comment.
Not to nothing.
Let me enable that. Hold on. Let me see here.
Dante 3x, nuts or nothing.
No, right here. Issue with Knots people is that they don't seem to hold much Bitcoin. Albut, I 150% agree with you. All right, Matt, you're up.
Yeah, look, let me do my thing. Let me cook a little because this is my territory. This is where my bread and butter is. Hey guys, like and subscribe, share it with your friends. And I've got a fantastic incentive for you guys to join the Discord group right now. I'm giving away Float for free right now for anyone who comes and joins the Discord group. Float's the other indicator that I've got here on alphanumerics.com. Tone, remember we used to use Float when we started this show on the trading competition. So that was that indicator that we used to use.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. And this is why I built Float. And I'll show you. I'll show you right now. So I'm going to go into the charts, and I'm really, really excited. This is what alphanumerics and Float, my whole career has been based on these two things. So first of all, we'll go through Float. Again, just go to alphanumerics.com, get your Float indicator, totally free as long as you're in the Discord group. Go ahead and do that. Please do. You know, it's over here, indicators, products. All you got to do is go through the system, click on Float, blah, blah, blah. And I'll know when I check your username, I'll know if you're in the Discord group or not. It's a trust-based system. Look, this is why I built Float, right? So we come in, let's say I want to use 2x leverage. I actually sold half a Bitcoin at 106,000 for this moment, right? So I've currently got loaded up in my copy trading account $53,000, right? Initial capital. And let's just say I want to buy at $80,000. This is why Float is so good. I can view that on chart right here. Bang. So I can check what that would look like and what liquidation would look like with a 2x leverage. So I can view this and go, okay, so if I enter a 2x leverage trade at 83, my liquidation is going to be here. Is that safe? And then I can start like...
Wait, Matt, we lost your screen share. I'm not seeing anything, especially when you say here.
Oh, damn. Oh, yeah, I know what happened. There's a little button. Okay, cool. We're good. Thanks, Tone. I'm glad I didn't go too far. So look, I Float up right now, right? So you come into the settings, I put in $53,000 initial capital, and let's just say I want to put a buy in at 80,000. I want to see what 2x leverage looks like to try and capitalize on this crash, right? Because I believe, see this, you can't see this, it says stop sharing right here. It's exactly over the top of the button that says close this off, right? I believe that we're going to get a weekly green diamond come in. So I want to start like planning on what kind of trade I can put on this this hell crashing. It's just a real trader's thing. So I can see what down here at 53,000 would be my liquidation on that. Well, I can go, well, that's that maybe that's all right, but maybe we go like 1.5 5x, and like we can review and I can build on that position, but I can start to see where my safety would be. This is the beauty of having this. So I go, well, what does a 10x leverage trade look like if I buy a green diamond at $80,000? Oh, that's liquidation right there. That's not safe at all in a flash crash situation. That's why I have this float indicator, and you're welcome to play with that. It's totally free for you. I'm going to turn it off right now because I'm in no trade right now. This is the weekly time frame. Man, we are so close. We are so close to getting a weekly green diamond. If you're new to the show, I'm sorry. You don't know this, but those who watch for a long time know that this green diamond on the weekly time frame is the time to load up on Bitcoin. We've only ever had 3 of these green diamonds in the history of Bitcoin, and we are knocking on the door of getting one up here at. I don't have a price target. It could come in at 83 in 3 weeks' time, or it can come in at 60. Who knows? It doesn't matter. At that point, I'm planting a flag in the ground, and I'm going to use float to decide whether I'm 2x leveraged long, 10x leveraged long, whatever it might be. Okay, that's where I'm sitting. You all know how I feel about that. Oscillators are on a tear down, but they can only tear down for so long before they round off. Yes, they can go down forever, but I don't believe they will. I still believe in Bitcoin, and that's why you're all here watching, because you do as well. The 3-day green diamond, which I've been talking about for what feels like weeks. I keep doing the 3 week, 3-day green diamond.
I was gonna ask you about the 3-day green diamond because it showed up yesterday.
Printed. So for those of you watching at home, the weekly green diamond is the ultimate prize, but we've only ever had 3. But the 3-day green diamond has never been a wrong time to start your DCA in. Maybe this time's different. Everybody on Twitter loves that expression. Maybe this time's different. But starting your DCA, which I don't believe in the DCA, because DCA is completely, I can emphatically prove to you the DCA is retarded. That's for boomer retirees. We want to save your money and start the DCA process on a 3-day diamond. So rather than DCAing, just save your money each week. And then once every, blue moon, you'll see more bloody vamp than you will 3-day green diamonds. They occasionally happen. That is when you start the process of the DCA. So we have now printed a 3-day green diamond. It's a good sign. It's a good sign for a potential turnaround that now that one's printed. Now we can print 10 more green diamonds. It doesn't matter. That doesn't mean it's the end. It's not 100% market buy-in at a green diamond. It just means I would start the DCA process below a 3-day green diamond. Ultimately, we want to get that weekly green diamond. And that's what we're hoping for. It's this is what I've been saying. Since the wave turns red, back when the wave turned red at 115, then everybody laughed at me for starting to get bearish, and I was damn bearish talking about, you talk about divergence to the upside. I was talking about, as y'all know, Tone. How long did I talk about the divergence on the MACD, the bearish divergence? Was I not talking about that right there on the December? Was I not talking about it here in bloody July when we came up? We touched that line in July to the dollar, right? I was talking about this divergence as being a scary thing. Well, it played out absolutely perfectly, and we're still here right now. Now, a lot of people in the Discord group, who I love and trust on the 4-hour time frame, and on Twitter, have been talking about, well, we've bottomed because of the little bounce we had today. Hey, look where we bounced to, guys. Alphanumerics, 4-hour time frame. Well, we bounced amazingly and touched the 7 simple moving average. What do I say? Always, we get these on a downwards trend. We get these rebounds up to just touch on the 7 simple or the 30 simple and just putting in these lower highs. It's turtles all the way down, as Tone likes to say. And that's what I say too. This is bearish that we had a little spike off the low of almost 80, 8,500, something like that, and just came up and touched on 85, $5,000 move. yeah, that's a dead cat bounce in my opinion. Big time dead cat bounce. We are still, I've got it written here before the show, eyes on the prize. And the prize is, let's get a 3-day green diamond. Is seriously, we're going to get it float. We're going to plan a once in a lifetime trade. If you're brand new, and if you've been following me for 8 years, once every 4-year chance to buy Bitcoin, load up, follow what I'm doing, follow the Discord, and let's just make some serious money together. As I come back to you in the studio, Tone, because I can't wait to hear what you have to say. And just once again, to repeat what I've been saying, I hope that wasn't cutting out. Join the Discord group. You'll follow a lot of people. All my trades will be copy traded and posted in there. Especially, I'll be screaming from the rooftops when I'm going long. If I'm going 2x leverage long, or 0.5 leverage long, because I'm not convinced that it'll all be there in the Discord. Get float. It's free for you. Plan your next move, because I think that you can make some serious money and set yourself up on a flash crash. Because as I've written a note here, Tone says he's still bullish. I'm still bullish. I see this as an aberration in the price. I think we have an excellent chance to load up. That's it. That's me. That's done. I'll be saying the same thing every time until it happens.
Let me explain what I mean by I'm still bullish. What I mean is,
you mean long term, and I agree with you.
I do not see us in an extended bear market. Now, what's an extended bear market? The very first extended bear market we had was right here. This was 2011. Now, this bear market didn't last long. It only lasted out, what do we got here? Well, it didn't start in July, but it's July to December. So that's 6 months. But we fell 98%. So while 6 months is not a long time, 98% is a lot in price terms. Then this blue one, this bear market lasted like a year and a half, okay? And it fell from 1,200 to about 150. It says 200, but I remember this period. So this was a year and a half bear market. Then this green one was about a year, a little over a year. It was, if we count September, it didn't start in September, started in December, but September to September. So exactly 1 year. Okay. And this last one that we had, if this is October until October, so also a year, I do not see us going down for a year. So that's what I mean by I am still bullish. So if we go back to the price of Bitcoin, we have only been falling here from October, and it's now November. So we've been falling for a month. Okay, I do not see us falling for a year. We may fall for 3 months. That's kind of my ultimate maximum here. How far can we fall? I find it hard to believe we're going to fall more to below 60,000. So this is what I mean. And then from there, I see us going up fairly quickly. So I still see us making a high in 2026. And an extended bear market, which is either a 90% fall, like in 6 months, like we had back in 2011, or a year plus bear market. I don't see that happening right now. Now, it doesn't mean I'm right. I just don't see that right now, especially how fast we've been falling already. So I do see us recovering closer to what happened here in like October, like September, October of 2024, and then again in April of this year, 2025. So I do see us in a more of a V-shaped recovery sooner.
Agree.
Okay, now let's talk about other markets real quick. I remain in my short silver trade. I believe gold has reached its peak, and the MRI top will be here in about 2 weeks with the next candle. Silver was ahead. If I look at the monthly and weekly silver charts, here's the weekly. The weekly silver hit a top on the weekly candle. The monthly silver hit a top this month. I am massively leveraged short silver. This is a very risky trade that I'm doing, okay? I'm just telling you guys what I'm doing. I'm not telling you guys to follow my trades or anything. But I remain short silver. Everyone made fun of me for the short silver. And here we are on a daily chart. Nope, that's the silver ratio. Here we are on the daily chart of silver. And right now, silver has just made a new swing low from that secondary top. I was insanely surprised by the secondary top. It made no sense to me. It did not actually break the top. The daily close was higher before, and the daily swing was slightly higher before. But it was way too close for my comfort, which is weird. I remain bearish silver. And if silver closes below both of these moving averages, I'm going to be more bearish on silver. I think silver will go into the 30s, okay? Unlike what I think about Bitcoin. Bitcoin did not go up exponentially the way silver did. So I think silver will go down to this 38, 39 area. And right now, that's my only trade, and it's clearly my best trade because it's now profitable. Any profitable trade is your best trade. And I'm going to hold on to my silver short until I'm proven wrong, or I've made enough money, or I see Bitcoin as a better buying opportunity. Other than that, I may be eyeing to go long oil. That's a whole different discussion that I am not going to get into right now. I think oil prices are going to rise next year greatly. And we may have to do a political show to explain why that would be. S&P 500, the big crash yesterday is what drove Bitcoin down. Bitcoin remains very correlated to the S&P and will continue to be so for a little while. That's that crazy candle. I really thought Bitcoin would rally yesterday, because the S&P was rallying yesterday as I was doing the show. We had a huge reversal in the S&P. I'm not even sure why. I am here in Roatan, meeting a lot of people, doing diving. I'm not in front of the markets. I'm just looking at TA. And the TA would have told me to take a stop loss because some shit happened. And finally, someone kept asking for Meta. Here is Meta. The last time Meta hit a weekly MRI buy, it was on a monthly MRI sell, ironically. So that's a bit of a conflict here. And if you look at the monthly chart, it was a monthly MRI top that already crashed with the warning candle. But this candle was a weekly MRI buy. And the last time Meta had a weekly MRI buy, it reversed and went to new all-time highs. And here we are again. Next week will be a weekly MRI buy. I would wait for signs of reversal, and trying to catch Meta here may not be that bad. Now, we do have to look at MSTR as well. MSTR is at a very low price right now. And if you think Bitcoin is going to reverse and go up, MSTR may not be that bad because it's a leveraged play on Bitcoin, especially if Saylor is going to be buying more Bitcoin. So MSTR was as high as 500, and it's now down to 160. Again, I don't see anything in TA that's telling me to buy, except the weekly MRI buy is coming in 2 weeks. So we will keep an eye on that. That's the 200 period moving average as well. So MSTR at 138 could be a buying opportunity right in that zone. Now, this is very interesting on MSTR. I know this video is now running kind of long. Very interesting on MSTR. You see this blue line? MSTR is below this blue line. If I go to weekly Bitcoin price, that blue line on MSTR is actually equivalent. Let me just go to the weekly. to the purple line on this chart. As crazy as that sounds. So MSTR is already at that 71. It's below that 71 level that I was talking about earlier in this show.
Yeah, in relation.
MSTR, a very interesting trade for me.
Yeah.
In fact, when I will consider Bitcoin hitting the low, like by the time, if Bitcoin is going to come down to this 71, that could drive MSTR down to 90, under $100.
Oh, yeah.
Which makes $100 calls on MSTR if it's trading down at 95 an incredible leveraged value opportunity.
Can you bring up MSTR on the monthly just for a second?
Yeah.
Have we ever had a monthly green diamond on MSTR?
No.
No. What's that?
Well, maybe in COVID crash and still no. Yeah, I have.
Yeah. No, nothing. See, we might be able to.
You had a phantom candle.
Yeah. There'll be plenty of phantoms, but imagine if we got a monthly.
Wait. Something's off here. MSTR has been around longer than this, though. Oh no, it's going back to 2000. Yeah, that's right.
Monthly, yeah.
Well, look at MSTR topping in the .com era with Doji MRI top on a monthly.
I'm gonna make a note of MSTR. If it gets a monthly green diamond, it's already had its weekly, but with stocks, I really like monthly green diamonds. I value them so much. That'd be an incredible buy.
I think you're so far away from a monthly green diamond. I think MSTR would have to go down to like below $50. I don't see. CMF looks bad. I don't see MSTR going down that far. I mean, if it didn't happen during COVID, and it didn't happen in 2009, and it didn't even happen in a .com crash, I don't see how it. Well, this one may not happen.
I'm looking at it now. It'll take time. Hey, have you seen, like, just to go back to Bitcoin for a second? I know this is a long show, but it's an important show, right? Go to Bitcoin on the monthly and look at like the MACD and stuff like that, and some of the oscillators on the monthly. It's a little bit terrifying.
Yeah, just give me 1 second.
Sure,
I want to see. So, what would I consider double bottom for MSTR? This is kind of tricky. I would consider a double bottom. I may have to draw a box here. I don't think I'll be able to do it as a line.
While you're doing that, I'll just bring up a point, guys. I've just given away like 15, 20 float indicators, but please put your correct username in it when you fill it out. People put like their address in or their email address in the section. I can't unlock the indicator for you if you give me the wrong.
Yeah, guys, you need your username on TradingView.
Yeah,
my username is Tone Vase.
That's right.
So mine is obvious.
I'm looking at you, Geo. Please reach out, because you put some weird thing in there and I can't figure it out. When it's a paid indicator, we'll email out to you and everything like that, and I'll chase it up. It happens so often. But for a free indicator that's going to give away 400 tonight, I can't be chasing these up. Please put your indicator.
The problem is when you give something away, or when I give something away, a lot of people want it for free. But with every person that is being an idiot and makes it challenging for you, and you have to do client support for that person, it makes it very frustrating. And then you don't want to give stuff away to people, right? Because if I want to give stuff away, but then I'm spending half a day doing client support, I'm like, why? Why am I doing this to my life, right?
Right. So Gio, just text me on whatever. You figure it out. But I need your username, brother. I'm happy to give it to you.
This is the double bottom box for MSTR. I don't like it. I know I just said if it falls to, so it needs to go below that, right? So this double bottom box for MSTR is equivalent to Bitcoin's Once my charts load. That's equivalent to Bitcoin being in the low 50s, mid to low 50s. And MSTR is very close. It's only $30 more to go. So MSTR is way undervalued compared to Bitcoin. In fact, I don't know why I haven't done this yet, actually. If I have time, I'll make a chart. We should do an Bitcoin to MSTR ratio chart. So I would do it as Bitcoin divided by MSTR, BTC USD index divided by MSTR. On the NASDAQ. And right. So I will double check the data. That is, so I would look for this top. And where could this top be? I'll double check this, but I would keep an eye on this. I would keep an eye on this ratio. We have extensions coming in soon. This is something to keep an eye on. See, it's using Bitstamp. I don't like the fact that it's using Bitstamp. Can I change that? I'd rather use the index, but it's using Bitstamp. It's okay. It's not a big deal. And you can take this all the way back, you know, before MicroStrategy was even buying Bitcoin. And we're on a second MRI top. Maybe it'll take to a third consecutive MRI top. And I would be eyeing that. All right. I think I'm good, man. And
yeah, I'm good.
Hey, guys, I do need to update my calendar. But if you want to see me, Mexico is the next spot. And then I might do a little 3-day health and wellness retreat. We all need it, especially with these Bitcoin prices. And that would be also in Yucatan, Mexico, on Isla Mujeres. I'll have more information for you next week. All right, that's it, Matt. Close us out. I gotta go. Oh shit, I gotta get to a catamaran actually.
All right, I'll do quick. Look, happy Friday, guys. It's been a pleasure to share the time with you. I think that this is a terrific buying opportunity. Get alphanumerics, 30% off in the links in the description below. You can program, an alert for those green diamonds. I think that they're coming in on the weekly. I really do. And then you can use Float for free if you join the Discord to mark out your trade before you have to enter it. I don't see any reason why you wouldn't. It's a good trader would do it. I do it. Tone does it. We love it. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you Monday. Who knows? Who knows what'll happen?
Well, today's Friday already. All right. Yeah, it depends on the price of Bitcoin. If I have time tomorrow morning, maybe I'll do a quick stream. We'll see. Take it day by day.
You let me know. You let me know.
Yeah, thank you for watching, guys, and see you all on the next one.